Hi, and welcome to That's a Wrap. I'm Brian Martinez.
And I'm Elaine Wilson.
So this week we saw She's the Man, unfortunately.
Which we said we wouldn't see.
Yeah, but we did. There wasn't much out, so...
There really wasn't, and there was no one at the theater.
Right. There was a couple girls and us, and the girls were probably around 12.
At least. But it stars Amanda Bynes, and that's it. No one else, I don't think of any famousness.
No one I've ever heard of.
A bunch of unknowns. The story is loosely inspired by Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, and it's basically about the Amanda Bynes character Viola, who wants to play soccer, and her girls' team at her school is cut, so she goes to her brother Sebastian's school and impersonates him.
Well, he's in London, right?
He's away with his band, and then she goes and she impersonates him so she can play on the soccer team.
Right.
And the whole thing's a little painful to watch at some points, I thought, because
it's the typical teen movie.
It is, and the whole gender jokes that would come about. She has a male roommate. She's in a dormitory situation because it's a prep school or boarding school of some kind where they live there and everything, even though it's high school. And she has to sneak in and take a shower real early in the morning.
Yeah.
And
there are a lot of clever ways, I think, that they put in the fact that she was a girl and had to deal with situations that were meant for males. But I don't think that the humor was that good. I mean, it is directed to a younger audience.
I think that was a large part of it. I felt too old for the movie because I was looking on screen and at these people, and I remember when I was younger, those people seemed so old. It was like, I'm never going to be like that, and I was like, oh, you're 12.
Yeah,
that was a large part of the problem.
And the four other people in the theater loved it. Because they were 12-year-old girls. They were cracking up the whole time.
You could hear them.
But it wasn't that funny.
No, it was a little lost on me, I think. Yeah. I mean, I was impressed that Amanda Bynes could carry a movie herself. I was impressed by that.
She was okay. Her facial
expressions were a little too much, I think, because...
No, I thought it was kind of good, though.
Well, I don't know. It was a little uncomfortable to watch because it felt like she had some kind of weird facial tick.
She went a little bit overboard.
But I think she's used to a lot of expressive stuff because, I remember seeing her when I was younger on all that, and that kind of sketch comedy. I'd imagine you'd have to be more expressive because they're all overblown situations, and this is a more realistic setting.
I liked the fact that her character was kind of a tomboy, and her parents are kind of rich, and she, goes to a prep school and everything, so they obviously have a lot of money. And she's going to a debutante ball, like she's supposed to debut or whatever.
Right.
And I thought the comparison of her kind of being a tomboy and being put into an elegant situation was kind of funny.
It was.
There was a funny scene when she was eating that chicken. And it's like an elegant ball,
right?
Which was kind of funny.
Where her boy mannerisms came out in the girl setting then, especially because her mother cared so much. Viola's mom is a part of the debutante society, and she wants Viola to do the same. So
the one aspect that I couldn't believe at all is the fact that as the audience that that's a girl dressed up as a guy, but it's so obvious that it is.
I don't think
and then the rest of the characters. Totally believe that Amanda Bynes is this guy just because she has a shorter haircut.
Right, and I didn't think it was believable at all because she was so goofy.
Yeah, and her voice was totally weird.
No, it was supposed to be, but the whole thing moved so fast. You start the show, we establish that she likes soccer, and then boom, her team is cut right away.
Exactly.
They walk into practice.
We don't even know who these people are yet.
No, and she walks into practice, and they're like, "Oh, your team's done. Sorry," And then one thing I did like, though, is that they didn't agonize over how she would get to play soccer. We moved on to the fact that, maybe I'll be my brother. We moved on to that quickly, and I liked that because they could have dragged that out and made that a lot more painful when we know the premise of the film going into it.
But for the most part, you can't read too deep into this film. It's just sort of mindless entertainment.
It was. There wasn't a whole lot to be said for it. I thought it was way too long. Really? It was an hour and 45 minutes. It was the longest
Too much Amanda
ever.
Bynes.
Just too much of everything. Yeah. The middle, I thought, just could have been a lot tighter.
Well, I think I'd give it around 2 stars.
I'd give it
not even maybe 1.5.
1.5. We agree at 1.5. I think we should give this movie 1.5 stars.
I definitely don't think it was worth the $6.50 that we paid.
No, I
for
absolutely
anyone,
agree. I don't think it's worth renting.
No, if you're bored and want to go to the Dollar Theater, I think.
Really bored.
Yeah.
It was harmless. It was harmless, but.
Some girls might enjoy it.
Some girls might,
but,
and two, I just think it isn't good for our age group right now. Right. I think for the high school set, I think they could relate a lot better. So.
Not even relate.
Well, not even relate, but they're the same age bracket, so to us, I think high school can be a little irrelevant sometimes.
Exactly.
So. So that was She's the Man. Stay tuned for more. That's a wrap.
This week's Edinboro concert calendar brought to you by Denny's Bar and Banquet. On Saturday, April 1st, Next of Kin. Tickets are only $3. On Thursday, April 6th, Confederate Railroad. Tickets are $15 in advance or $18 at the door. Friday, April 7th, Poverty Neck Hillbillies. Tickets are $10 in advance or $12 at the door. And Saturday, April 8th, Bareback Jack. Tickets are only $3. All of these bands can be seen at Denny's Bar and Banquet, located on